We have a very smart way of getting back into the atmosphere, which I don't have time to talk to you about this morning, but it's going to be, again, a few G's on the way back as the spaceship is pulled back to Earth by gravity. And then an amazing glide from about 70,000 feet all the way down to the runway again, wherever that runway is. Back to see your friends and family. Astronaut wings, of course, more photos and video than you'll know what to do with. Memories to last a lifetime, and hopefully then a legacy that you'll want to pass on to the world about how you were inspired by that experience of space. So that is the trip, and what about this changing the world for good? Well, as I said at the start, when you look at technologies that have proven to be so important, maybe the most important technologies in our lives, they didn't start the way they look now, and they didn't behave or operate the way they look now, but that was their start. And of course, they've been transformed immeasurably. We think we're at that stage with space now. We stand on the shoulders of giants. The commitment, the sacrifice, the perseverance, the courage of the government space agencies over the last 50 years is incredibly important, and we would not be here without them. But it's time now to move on to a second space age, and a space age where you'll see private companies working alongside and in partnership with governments in order to transform access to space. We will start with space tours, because lots of people want to go to space. We think there's a market of millions, hundreds of millions out there, if the price is right, of people that would love to experience space for themselves. There's lots of shots you can find on the internet of just what a cool experience that is. We also know that scientists want to go to space. They want to put science research in space. You can do really cool things in space that you can't do on Earth in all other areas of science. And so we have a spaceship that you can take the seats out and put science racks in, and scientists to create an affordable, regular science platform, space science platform. Excuse me. And then what about the future? Well, most of our time, is spent on making sure we get this first step right, because the first step is pretty hard and extremely important. But we, as a company that loves airlines, we have Virgin Atlantic, Virgin Australia, we've had airlines for many, many years. We would love to find a way of doing what we're doing now with our spaceship. And rather than taking off from one location and landing in the same location, using that winged vehicle to actually to go somewhere else. And I don't know whether it would look like this or not, but we are excited about a future potentially of space vehicles which could take off in Italy or in London and could be the other side of the world in a couple of hours. And during that trip, of course, the environmental impact that we see at the moment of jet engines punching through the atmosphere would just go away, because you would be in space and probably having a pretty cool time in the meantime as well. So that's what I wanted to talk about this morning. I'm going to just finish with one film. So this is a film that we put together after that historic first space flight on December the 13th last year. It's narrated by Richard, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.